Hey guys, how's it going? Murta here. Castle Nathria is going to open up next week in Heroic and the one after in Mythic. And it's time to make a little bit of preparation for the raid. As you know, the first thing to prepare is consumables, and this time we have to do a little bit of extra work. As for previous expansion, we've only used flask, potion and foods. Now we have some more consumables for us to use. In fact, as you guys know very well, hoils and sharpening stones have made a return for this expansion. It's been a decade since we used any of these for progress. So they don't require much work. They are very easy to craft, but still something that we want to use to prepare the better, especially right now that we don't have that much of a gear and everyone is like on the same level. Also, the time maybe has come to craft our legendaries. A lot of people, including myself, have not crafted their first legendary yet. We are still waiting the outcome after the heroic week to see if there's coming some final tuning. But do not worry, legendaries are not properly required to progress through normal or heroic. Should not be so much far behind compared to your guildmates that I've crafted already, one of them. Speaking of gear, I personally aiming for myself to be at least 180 item level so they can easily pull my weight off, especially this first week in normal and heroic. Speaking of gear, I suggest you, this is the aid that my guild setups, to be at least item level 180. Of course, it's not a problem if you are just a few numbers below. Don't worry, you will be able to pull out your weight completely properly. This is more of a goal that we set up for ourselves as a guild. Also, now that the raid is so very close to open, go to search some video guides about some bosses. Fat Boss TV obviously is the channel I suggest you to go to. Now that the raid is very close to open, as I said before, you should not have any discoveries, any unpleasant surprise of tuning, especially for the normal and heroic difficulties. Mythic is still kinda on the doubt, so I'm sure there will be some tuning, but the core mechanics they are finally set up, especially as damage, which are the better class to deal with some specific ones. When the new season starts, there are some things that you can do to actually prepare ourselves, especially in terms of gear, for the first raid night. For example, next week, with the new Renault level, we are able to upgrade our PvP gear to item level 184. So if you, like myself, are using some PvP gear to fill up some spaces that you were unlucky and you don't find any good drop, you can finally upgrade this gear to at least be on par with Mythic 0. And if you have not done it, I suggest you to do so. This gear is very cheap to get, it's very cheap to upgrade, especially for example trinkets or normal pieces of gear. Weapons are a bit more expensive to upgrade, but nothing more requires you to play 2 or 3 BG. So it's very easy, I suggest you to do so, and if you're not doing right now, do it. World bosses are going to be pop up in the world, so I hope you to be lucky, because this time we no longer have coins to use. They have disabled them for this expansion. They have gone back to the mentality that gear is gear. Don't know if this is good or is bad, because for sure it has made gear more relevant and more appreciated and more important, but also go and track them. And if you have a group, sure you will be able to do some Mythic Plus before raid night. This is kinda one thing that we will do for sure, especially because now in the raids gear is going to be more rare. Only 3 items are going to drop up from the bosses in Mythic instead of 5 as we ever used it in Battle for Azeroth and Legion. So gearing ourselves will be a little bit slower from the raid. Suggest you to do the same strategy as I myself used this week's Mythic 0, with doing a group of only one particular type of armor, the better. Especially for the lower level Mythic Plus, which is you should not have any problem to complete it with a full plate group or a full mail group or a full leather group. So don't worry about it. And this is a quick summary to how be ready for Castle Nathria. A lot of things that you already know, especially if you are aiming for getting cutting edge with your guild. Something is a bit new. We have some good and bad things this time, but nothing of overwhelming that forces us to farm for a lot of hours. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you will have a wonderful time in Castle Nathria, and hope to see you soon for my next compilation of boss kills in Castle Nathria. I hope you will enjoy them. I really have a lot of ideas for making fun intro outro. I'm already working on some of them, and I can't wait to actually kill the boss in order to boss them. That's all for today, and until next time guys, please stay safe.